Welcome to World Superbike in 2025. The first test of the calendar year takes us to the scene of the final round of 2024, the Circuito de Jerez Ángel Nieto. 2 challenging days, one of them dry but windy, the other one very wet, to get up to pace after the winter break. Here's what went down in southern Spain. 20 riders on the 23-rider entry list were present in Jerez. Missing were Petrona MIE's newcomer Zakwan Zaidi, Honda HRC's Iker Lecuona, and most notably, reigning world champion Toprak Razgatlioglu, who injured a finger in a training accident back in Turkey a few weeks ago. That left Michael van der Mark as the sole permanent BMW rider to test the 2025 M1000RR, although he was flanked by test team riders Marcus Reiterberger and Sylvain Guintoli. A more powerful engine and a modified aero package are just some of the highlights that BMW have introduced into the new bike. Van der Mark completed 70 laps on day 1, his day briefly cut short by a fall at turn 8. Out to the 20 permanent World Superbike riders on track, a full 8 of them were on Ducatis, and a couple of those for the very first time. The new regulations released this week should have a big impact on Panigale V4Rs, with maximum RPM limitations eliminated from the rulebook and fuel flow regulations introduced for all competitors. For the time being, Bulega continued his end-of-season form with the only lap in the 1:38 after 77 laps on Wednesday. Álvaro Bautista, meanwhile, back with the number 19, went back to working on ballast configuration after the challenges that were presented to him in 2024, although the double world champion confirmed that there were new items for him, for now, on his Panigale V4R. 6 independent Ducati riders were also in Jerez along the Aruba IT riders, and amongst them, Scott Redding, back in red for the first time in over 3 years. Well, blue, technically. Either way, the number 45 was 3rd fastest overall on MGM Bonova's first day with the V4R, a seemingly seamless transition all around. Just above Redding on the timing sheets was Andrea Iannone, beaten only by Bulega in the dry. The Italian only rode on day 1, sitting out the rain out Thursday. Back in the groove as well was Danilo Petrucci, happy to be back on 2 wheels after his experience at the Dakar. He may have found, however, that the Barney Garage featured more Panigale V4Rs than last time. Welcome to WorldSBK, Jari Montella, one of 3 rookies present in Jerez. The former Supersport rider has started adapting to the Superbike and looked particularly adept in the wet conditions, finishing ahead of several WorldSBK regulars. Completing the Ducati Octus were Ryan Vickers, who already debuted with Team Motorcorsa back in October and was the top of the 3 rookies, and Sam Lowes, who has a new crew chief in Gorka Segura, previously with Honda, and who tested a new exhaust provided by Ducati. Moving away from the plethora of Panigales on track, the 2 next best performing manufacturers on the timing sheets both feature Kawasaki engines. First off, the Bimotors. Team manager Guim Roda believes the base of the bike is around 70% ready at present, which is a scary thought considering the pace that Axel Bassani has found coming off the ZX-10RR. Top 5 in just half a day of dry testing, with Alex Lowes on his side closing the top 10. Also of note was that both riders confirmed that they haven't tried yet the KD998's Active Aero. Xavi Forrest was also on site to help with the development of the new bike. But speaking of adapting quickly, how good does Garrett Gerloff look on the Kawasaki ZX-10RR? 4th overall, just behind the top 3 Ducatis and ahead of both Bimotors, the Texan tested some new items from Showa on day 1, while he searched for better front feeling on the Pacetti-backed Kawasaki. Over to Yamaha and the Pata Yamaha WorldSBK official team first of all. Jonathan Rea finished first in the wet conditions on Thursday, a full half a second ahead of the rest of the field. In the dry, neither Rea nor Andrea Locatelli went out for a time attack, which kept them low on the timing sheets. Team principal Paul Denny did confirm that the swing arm Locatelli tested in Jerez 24 will be introduced this year, and mentioned outright acceleration as one area that needs improvements going into the new season. Over to GRT Yamaha, Remy Gardner returned to action 3 months after the wrist injury, which kept him out of the final round of 2024. He has also undergone successful back surgery during this time. Tommy Egerton, meanwhile, had a technical issue on day 1 at turn 13, which interrupted his tested schedule momentarily. The third Yamaha team, Moto X Racing, expand their operations to 2 riders in 2025, and both of them were out on track for the first time in Jerez. Bahatin Tufoglu with the number 99 Yamaha made his debut on the Superbike, accompanied by series veteran Tito Rabat, now racing for his 3rd manufacturer in WorldSBK, and who was, as always, the rider with the most laps completed, 99 in just 1 day. As for Honda, our final manufacturer Xavi Vierge, now with Tetsuya Sasaki as the new crew chief, was the only HRC rider on track due to Lecuona's injury. The big news for them is a switch to Öhlins suspension this season, back from Showa, which they had used between 2022 and 2024. Filling in for Lecuona was 19-year-old Borja Gomez, as well as test rider Tetsuya Nagashima. For Petronas MIE Honda, Taz McKenzie was their sole rider, with Zakwan Zaidi expected to join the grid in Portimao. 8 World Supersport riders were also on track in Jerez. Fastest of them all was Marcel Schrotter, who will be racing on the Ducati V2 in 2025. There were also debuts for a few riders on their new machines, including Jeremy Alcoba on the Kawasaki, Nicky Tully on the QJ motor machine, and reigning World WCR champion Ana Carrasco on the Honda France bike. Next up for everyone is a 2-day test at Portimao next week. Will the weather remain stable? Will Toprak be back? Follow worldsbk.com and at WorldSBK on social media to find out.